problem here is it's a government for vested interests. I mean, basically the unions and the super funds write the policies. I mean, I can't find a single Australian that can tell me that the objective of super is a major priority for them right now, but yet that's on the government's list of priorities.
So what are they writing? What policy are they writing here?
Well, they're writing the policies to hermetically seal superannuation away from the people who actually own the money. The point here is that the regulators have not enforced the law. The Labor Party is now protecting ASIC, and Labor is ensuring that all of ASIC's failures to enforce the law are being held in secret, and including a bunch of internal governance issues at the ASIC Commission, Labor is covering up. We have a major problem with white-collar crime. The Senate has issued this inquiry to get to the bottom of this and to do it in public, in sunlight. And what the government is trying to do, and what ASIC is trying to do, is to push this under the covers into the dark. They want to cover up the governance issues on the Commission. They want to allow ASIC to interfere with the parliamentary process, and they don't want these closed case files to be examined by the Senate. Therefore, we cannot do our job as a House of Review, and we cannot investigate why ASIC is deficient at law enforcement.
Now, listen to this. There'll be a new grouping, a big eight of union super funds, set to dominate the $3.5 trillion super system by uniting and forming a new policy and lobby group. The Financial Review reports today that these 8 funds will appoint a board director to the group, with a pool of contenders including former Labor Treasurer Wayne Swan, ex-federal MP Nicola Roxon, former Labor Deputy Premier in Victoria James Merlino, and former Queensland Labor Treasurer Andrew Fraser. Joining me now to get their take on this and more, my panel, Resources Minister, former Resources Minister, wish you were still there, Liberal National MP Keith Pitt, and former Howard Government Immigration Minister Gary Hargrave. Gents, welcome. Now, I've argued, Gary, for a long time this is coming, given all the bullying that we already see superannuation funds do, the industry funds do, when they hold a large institutional shareholding inside big companies. But this confirms, I mean, they're not even trying to hide this anymore. I'm sure they're going to take industry super and weaponise it against corporate Australia to do their bidding, it would seem.
Yeah, and using our money as they go through it, of course, picking up a couple of $100K a year in board fees. There's a whole lot of stuff going on. Look, these industry super funds are speaking out of both sides of the mouth, Peter. The ones that represent the mining industry, for instance, have got people on the union super fund boards arguing with mining companies to shut down things like coal exports. And you've got all this trouble with the Voice all being fueled by that same kind of industry super fund people. They're so out of touch with people. The richest people now in Australia are the weak and the woke Labor types, the ones who just fall into line with whatever these people say. It is bullying. It's bullying using our money. And frankly, Peter, none of it's going to get any better anytime soon. The compulsory nature of superannuation, losing 11, 12% of your wage every week, your boss is paying it, but it's going into the hands of these goobers, and they're running around now trying to create the Australia that they want. They don't care about the one you want. They're just beggaring up our country right before our very eyes. Not good.
And weak corporates roll over because they want the next board job. They don't particularly care. They do the bidding, whether it's in the country's best interest or not. Cashed up industry super funds have, according to the Australian Electoral Commission, Nicole, funnelled more than $114 million into the bank accounts of trade unions since the mid-2006 period. These are militant trade unions. They support the Labor Party. In some, they support the Greens, but mainly Labor. How's this in the interests of all of us who might have money in these industry funds?
I don't know. It's not in the interests of super fund members, Peter. I don't know how this is legal. Like, how have they been getting away with essentially what it seems like donating money to unions that is money of the members, so that they can run political campaigns against, well, you know, the coalition or anyone who's not Labor. I just find this extraordinary, and good on Senator Andrew Bragg for continuing to dig into it.